Okay, Debbie, I make us say, Papa, we say, we are under celebrated. Oh, I hear the back, you see, you're celebrating it. Said SSC is celebrating. Okay, bring it at time to 90 minutes to the top of the hour. 8. Welcome back to the program Maakye on 92.9 megahertz. We are also live on Kessben TV, DSTV channel 364, and Go TV channel 121. Sabre, yeah, Baba Jenny on my Ghana home and Chakra. 84 Argentina brand and can come from our number is 0550 596 929. 0550 596 929. And then text line no, and I say SMS near 0550 567 929. 0550 567 929. Mubiano the fa hormo ebe ken kan dia mawo. Uko Facebook catch us on facebook.com/Kessben FM. And I say Kessben TV program be yaba. Chirawatwene na yen ken kan fama. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia watubi amane National Democratic Congress leader. And I said the President John Dramani Mahama. What you say? Cedi no ano ho aye den no muntie. Cedi no ano ho aye den no. NDC for ba bam no. Wo munye bibia mo fa policy bia nwu akwamu a ebetimi ama Cedi no ahoden na abedu sam pempesuo na adu no. Nemom eye adwuma pa NPP aban eye afi atwa mu no eno susu aso pa ene nei Cedi no enya anasa Ghana fo enya. Wone ne odwene ho a wone ne ya adwene anasa wone ne nya adwene na wakire mu adekwenti a enye NDC for any imprint anasa footprint bia our the Cedi ayi appreciation mu eti na ye bedi ho komo enche be kwa homa no so na okay wabakra dada eti ma me kwa homa no so tempa so na mene Dr. Kwesi Nyame Befi senior lecturer economics department Gimpa and senior fellow Institute of Economic Research and Public Policy entertain komo dog mo akwaba
Minyama wacho na bia bokore
nyame adomara kwa bibia boko ene ye danya ne ya former flag bearer Edema New Patriotic Party former vice president Edema Ghana Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wakwa kasa wa abrochire eno ame ate ase se Cedi ni ano ho aye den no ene appreciate much no National Democratic Congress abanya President Mahama Dauma no womuni imprint anase footprint bia ewom omunye bibia ebetimi ama Cedi na ba from nemom abandada no atwa mu no ene eduma pa boye ena ama ne Cedi no ne ho aye den sa doc what asemi na eye wo sei
the edikan macha obi ona macha watiefo nyina masemi ya wo kan ampa machebi say clearly the former vice president to say Cedi appreciation na ye hu no currently no result of previous candidate akwa. Now before I may answer no say ye be share data na kakra. Now based on that data no ya have said the former vice president kan you know no kre and I say enya no kre. Many answer we share data Bank of Ghana for a release May this year. So Bank of Ghana na omo Ghana Constitution no ama omo mandate omo share monetary policy. The monetary policy ne party say omo na share Cedi no nsem say Cedi ne be kosoro and Cedi ne be ko former Bank of Ghana na constitution omo mandate say omo in charge of those policies. Now share Bank of Ghana data omo publish with regards to the Cedi appreciation. Ube say the economist for be share bibia friend no reserves Ghana's reserves no na edu ya dia aban ebetimi de nsa koka e dia boa ama economy now and as a Cedi no either stabilizing and also na investors is for be share the country way no the reserves it is saying a doors one out there will form the doors one a more enya confidence say say at Renteman as the BBC Krana country, no, well positioned to fight against it. In the no, more influence back system, no, my city, so I appreciate it. So, we share these reserves now. We say, at the end of December 2024, no, now Ghana's international reserves over $9 billion. I think just recently, your president, John Dramani Mahama Bekar said the Cedi is being anchored by reserves of $10 billion. He said December 2024, no, so your reserves only over $9 billion. That's your man Penny says the Cedi is being anchored by these reserves there. And the former vice president, no correct, because December 2024, MPP are buying a free sono. Now reserves, over $9 billion. So majority of these reserves, had been accumulated under the previous government. Now let's go on also to, the gold reserves. The gold reserves, since independence till May 2023. Now Ghana gold reserves are 8.7 tons of gold. 8.7 tons. Bra, oko countries, they say US, oko countries, they say China, oko countries, they say UK, and even Dubai, crop, no gold producers, or more gold producers now. More gold reserves, US, in thousands. Until how come, say, a country such as Ghana, now you're producing gold, you're too gold. Now, since independence till May 2023, our gold reserves were about 8.7 tons. In Kaya, the previous government would say, "Omo launch policy here, omo friend gold purchase program, gold reserves for Bank of Ghana." So December 2024, now gold reserves are a war central bank vault. I increased it from 8.7 tons to 30.5 tons. Many workers say here per data Bank of Ghana and Ankasa publish here, which is publicly available. Ghana phone and a bit download that data. No. They say Ghana gold reserves are 31.3 tons. Meaning, say, gold reserves now and also.
What's 31 say?
31.3. 31.3 tons. Meaning, say, gold reserves now anchor Cedi, never Cedi, appreciate, It moves 0.8 tons per annum. About with the other bank, the account. So again, per that data, academic study and objective studies, per that data, majority of that gold reserves was accumulated under the previous government. This is not politics. This is data that is speaking. Again, there are also external factors. I believe, sir. Kessben, former vice president, can't want some, not so one, I don't know one can want some, and I maybe one yammer and can want some, yes, we share the dollar itself, because of the trade war now, we are due to Donald Trump, you find out, sir, the dollar is weakening against the British pound. Over 8%. The dollar is weakening against Swiss francs. The dollar is weakening against euro. The dollar is weakening against all currencies. So by default, the dollar will also weaken against the Cedi. So there's also that external factor that is contributing to that Cedi appreciation. Again, another a year, and I think it's only due to government, this current government in Shisha, government kokose. Though that in Shisha no mudi to akon M1 omo intervene also artificially in the forest market. We share gold board, Ghana gold board data we release here. Gold board they say over 20 tons of gold in a Bank of Ghana. But of the over 20 tons of gold, no matter Bank of Ghana, it moves 0.8 per and Abekaya reserves. So what does it mean? That means there's a high possibility over 19 tons of gold now matwana mechanic reserves in the This gold is being converted into dollar and being pumped into the system. So they are artificially creating an oversupply of dollar so that the dollar will keep weakening massively also against the cedi. And no, a year, because they are artificial and we will be neglecting critical sectors of the economy. That's the neglected critical sectors of the economy now. And no, bit mama see appreciate it sustainably over the long term. But because of probably political expediency, converting all these tons of gold into dollar and just artificially creating a oversupply of dollar to weaken the dollar against the cedi. And no, because then the cedi appreciation will be short-lived. Instead of increasing the reserves, they said the previous government in the year, they are rather just converting into dollar and just pumping it into the system artificially. And now, one thing I say, Busa and Hongkong is 2025 budget year. This government really, this budget was read in March this year. It was read in March this year. Budget to be also containing policies and vision of government. Said this is what they want to do. Economy the budget itself was read in March this year. It is a budget, was read in March this year. Now implementation, I shall say somewhere around April. How long the big procurement policy crown implementation? I shall say, mana take root and san when your results. In Ghana, you are more launch here, Nigeria more launch here, and share actual implementation. Women's Development Bank, almost located money, and no crown, Women's Development Bank, you say, or Mokrano, Munyan Shakana Bank and I bank. So many other policies, big pushy, or Munyan big pushy, I say. So, how can anyone say, the real cedi appreciation on the side, can be due to any sustainable policy from the government?
Okay.
And academically speaking and objectively speaking, it can't be so unless the artificial one or more and no man.
Okay. Dr. Mamembramo Kakra. Did say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia the programs near Bia or near person or they arrested the dollar no and the economic freedom ebine good for oil program. And it's a normal now keka huasemia. But you say, good for oil program ya huasem. It was launched late 2022. So it was launched late 2022, 2 years. And sana bino eco position. It's yan show. Say na Dr. Mahmoud Baumia gold purchasing policies no. And na yababedu baby eduya. Adentina it took him 2 years. Na still be a 2 years ne yentimi any science bia mama ye see the name want me Antono the time na NPP for ewa abemu 2 good years ye hu bibia na omufri abemu na sade ne eba se etesa ampa.
So Minia, if you look critically at the data, we check data critically. Ana we so maybe can men encourage Minianom, me papa no mama say, enko Bank of Ghana website, no most download the data ni na evaluating share the American and Ukraine saying no cra. Ube say before the gold for oil program share here. You see, the gold for oil program is different from the gold purchase program from the Bank of Ghana. But before the gold oil program, and if you want the gold purchase program share here, the cedi had depreciated all the way to about 16 cedis. So before 2022. And the data is available. Yet launch a gold purchase program, any gold for oil program, I buy MPP, I buy launch a gold purchase program, the gold for oil program. You will see said the cedi began to appreciate. Cedi no appreciate from 16 cedis is about 14, probably drew 13 at the point. At December 2020, actually January 2025, MPP are buying free so no now CD dollar rate no 14%. Now no in terms of science, there were actual science. The American CD no appreciated from 16 about to 14, 13, and Sana a chance say a depreciated kakabio. Secondly, no. A person way I would say really emphasizes another point I mean making say utu say problem be war not so person utu problem na sia say we dey shishaye eto akwamu a shishaye ni betu the root cause of the problem na say I said the person utwa dua na person utwa no na so person utwa dua ni roots a etekita ma say utu dua no roots no say utwa dua na ni a dua ne sambe de ben e sambe fu enu to make us a wo share reserves accumulation now. Yes, shall say fi baby 8.7 tons. Man shall say fi 8.7 tons. From 8.7 tons, now buying at about 30.53 tons of gold. From 8.7 tons to 30.53 tons of gold. Into we say now a policy, a long-term policy to address the root cause of the city depreciation. And untina Yaman Penis Timi Jina or Cafe, the CD stability is being anchored by reserves. Those reserves were accumulated over a period. And your reserves are which me accumulating is here. Into way plan and I'm account. Man Penin I can say it's been anchored by reserves. But those reserves and when were these reserves accumulated? Over a period from late 2022, 2023 no, till now, to say they're working. And one thing economists advise the government to say, and yes, we shouldn't look at political expediency to do things see the no over appreciate. Now later on, no, depreciate. And we should look at policies about driving real sector growth. Policies are a bit me amaya koso accumulating reserves. So challenge be see in future, external challenge be see in future. Yet enough reserves are a bit me and they stabilize the currency. And on your question, there were signs. And these signs were seen from 2022 when the city was appreciating to third city need appreciate here. And secondly, because it's addressing a root cause of a problem, it takes time for the reserves to be accumulated. And based on that, your man Penis is here can say the city is being anchored by $10 billion of reserves.
So dog, you must say, Edientina Satam no ana okase dollar ne airdrop back akrame kaipa. So what actually happened? Because Satam ne reserves no ya shasia ye build ya accumulate ya. So then na Satam no ebia anya stagnant na esa reverse ye. What caused the reverse na esa by 16 point something?
I think reverse and it never came back to 16 point something. And I make us say Osha Bank of Ghana for data release as at 30 January 2025 before the previous government handed over power now. The CD was somewhere around 14 point something Ghana cedis. And Sana this year and a depreciated to I think 15, 16 as a senior appreciated. But America say there are so many factors that can affect the CD appreciation or the CD depreciation. There are external factors. There are domestic policies. There are so many policies. And even this year, now CD need depreciated. Now these reserves were there. Now Bank of Ghana from time to time, omutimi intervening kaka. Emma CD no stabilizing. But now we share the US economy side now. Before Trump trade tariff war on the chance here now. Now the US economy they had increased interest rates. Now there were so many inflows, demand for the dollar no higher. Now and also equity CD So these were some of the reasons why the cedi was also depreciating. And Untipa Bank of Ghana, so in terms of monetary policy rate, also kept increasing that monetary policy rate. And nothing it can be in America say there is an urgent need to say you be accumulating reserves. There's an urgent need to say you be putting in place policies about driving real sector growth. Because currently what we are seeing on the external side, dollar no depreciating. Say no it say happen. Now say US 14 to 2 million a year. Now global economy need to 2 years. Now say dollar na share say appreciate here. We will have to fall back on the reserves now. Yeah, accumulating. Meaning about what you say. Say by that time no. Now say you're draining all those reserves. Now you're pumping all those reserves into the forex market to force an over appreciation of the cedi. And when they do all of now reserves when you now over for Leon. Now that means to say no after na wo say about reaccumulation of reserves being now that means after na reaccumulation of reserves being. Now it do also not the real sector of the economy, which is agric, which is industry, which is the service sector near them. Those sectors have been neglected. And no. Now that means economy no 5.7 GDP growth rate now. Abine government achieve December 2024. No. Now that means you will grow lesser than that 5.7% GDP growth. Now that means trade surplus. Any year achieve surpluses near yin. So see about record the deficit. Okay. And on then we will be going back to the time that things were difficult. In Tianuna, yeah, more about to say there be yen share yen put in your ye. Now yen also enjoy a sustainable cedi appreciation. Yen also enjoy so 5.7% GDP growth in Achivia. Yen Timmy achieve higher than that 5.7% GDP growth, so that Ghanaians can benefit and so that jobs can be created. Now in Mabuno knows what to my the brain.
Okay, dog, yeah, the anuisi na quickly. You say through my man, I am fair anuisi. Yeah, can was a me eti abayi buy if you fan say 4 months ni. And no more matter to fiscal discipline and co-focus and the kahubi. And I may see the no why you're dinner. I fear no sadantia. We have an outstanding euro bond. Debt to pay, which is about 2.1 billion. Dollars nini na abana chenchen so e kan hu bi nkofo chese e kan hu bi na ama yesidi na ye aye dene etidi ni na no yentimi fa credit no ma abani say at least they have also done something ama sidi no aye yi and who aye den sa
when it comes to fiscal discipline to be honest I would say what is fiscal discipline? Fiscal discipline I say wa ka say overspend say 10 billion at the aye jumabi. Now at the end of it all, maybe what spend 8 billion and 7 billion at the aye the same job. But the key thing here say jumana na person we that job has been done, but probably at a minimal cost. No, you are being efficient, you are spending prudently near the other. What we are seeing now currently, and you can read it in the news. Even budget finance minister reading here and no within that budget or say what allocating certain funds to ministries to say or monfa enye juma na emboama economy ni nkonenim sa funds in the crown almost say allocate to a budget. They've not released those funds to the ministries, so technically the government is not even spending at all. So if government is not spending at all, that is not fiscal discipline. Because that means, again, government is artificially creating a shortage of something. Now, one spend there, so one release funding a agriculture sector now, or Ministry of Agriculture. Agriculture sector now, which is a real sector of the economy. Agriculture sector where they grow. So one release funding a Ministry of Trade and Industry, sir. Yeah, industry sector no better there. Last year, industry sector recorded a significant growth. Agriculture recorded a significant growth. Say and release funding among these critical sectors of the economy now. Go. So let me take an example of Germany. Germany is seen as an economy, is considered a powerhouse, or if you want, an engine of the European Union. Yeah. Germany over time, at the rabbit to her. I know almost some fair and also fiscal discipline. I don't know say they cap their budget to say beyond a certain point you cannot overspend. So Germany was running budget surpluses over the years. But you see how many workers say, Germany is suffering. Economy experiencing significant macroeconomic challenges. Unemployment or more unemployment issues because who say they neglected critical sectors of the economy when it comes to infrastructure, where railways near day, education near day, they neglected. They didn't spend to they didn't invest in these critical sectors of the economy as they say, or mono or more yedebe or more brain. More discussion more just that enough money and but you see I mean Ghana now. There is no expenditure. There is no spending that is going on. Contractors a car, so road because then road infrastructure. The only expenditure that has happened so far, expenditure probably to the presidency near the other. So we should critically and real sectors of the economy not catching. And the sustainability of the city in terms of appreciation.
Okay. Doc. Titora we de emu dopa yebedase. Yebedase pa na ebreko nanim na no. Yebe try our best to come back so that the yebe settle sad way once and for all. Why?
Yo,
all right, we Dr. Kwesi Nyame Befi, a senior lecturer, Economics Department, GIMPA, and the Senior Fellow Institute of Economic Research and Public Policy. And I'm what to say, and any Edin Komoche said, Dr. Mahmoud Bamia, and Aquakana Bruche say, the art to Sidinua positively, Sidina Apeja, and why yet dene $10 and other currencies, no, and yeah, NDC4 implementing policy BR. And now my city no air cost rosa NDC phone tracker bia because NDC are buying the buy no or many 4 months now baby no betimia aye program be 4 months a betimia resort to that positive results na yenya no eti Dr. Nyame Befi so abishemu kenase one Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia adwene na yenko share 2 videos bi emra mo amutie a radio no betimi asomofo no de akọ Facebook oko Facebook search for Kessben TV ubenya opportunity to watch this video is very important na say uni phone won chen anase uni baby a betimi ahwa tobo ase netie ni pa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia akasa and President Mahama so akasa. So let's go and watch it so that you can appreciate and make your judgment wherever you are. Let's go and watch the video.
One of the things that if you ask a simple question to the NDC to point out exactly what policy they have implemented that has resulted in the appreciation of the city, they cannot tell you one. They only passed their budget in March. They've not even issued any contracts and paid for anything. Pretty much, so you cannot ascribe what is happening to the currency to a policy that they have implemented. There's no such policy that has been implemented that has had that impact yet. For me, we had anticipated the impact of gold in this economy. I talked about it when we got into dire straits in 2022. And so that is a big backing for the currency. I mean, they have been in office so far. They've not even increased it by 1 ton. 1 ton, one. Not a single 1 ton. They haven't increased it by, but, people after all the noise of the election, people are paying attention to our reserves. That is one thing, which we have built to 30 tons. Secondly, you've mentioned that the US dollar itself is on the decline globally. And that has also strengthened. If you go to Zambia, for example, the kwacha has gained a lot of ground also because you have the US dollar declining in value because of what is happening in the US with all of that. So I think those are, and then there's the third element is that they are not spending. I mean, if you are managing an economy, you have to pay your bills. They are not paying IPPs, for example. This is why the domso is so acute, and they are not paying contractors. So when you are not spending, there's less pressure on your currency. Yeah, so those are some of the reasons why.
Okay, we Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, a former flag bearer at the New Patriotic Party, former vice president, and what did I know this same Eltujano. Now, what Chema at the Quintia National Democratic Congress for and no more administration way and ama Cedi appreciate this and what I say. Abanya Abbey passe omo budget 2025 budget na omo nye significant spending bia and omo launch initiative bia a bit make impact, a positive impact on the currency. And no sad than China was saying omo pia contractor for ka afe IPP independent producers associate power producers no omo maye and namon kania ejina so no aye no omo contract no yentua omo ka enti abani enya de bia enwanwa je say onye spending bia significant ese se woye betimi aboama oye saade no obetimi adia so aka se ne ono na ama Cedi no aba from so abani start so omo ye saade o mani na se Cedi ni da so gina so a eno ne betimi ama abani credit o che se o call Zambia o ma ye the same thing et Zambia kwacha ni se no obisi kare fe ne kwacha o se kwacha no ejina so ye pa no ejina so against ye fe said the dollar. So that is that yan corner yan tie ni yan share President Mahama so and some more cadifa the same issue yan corner yan kokotie bra.
The Ghanaian cedi, which depreciated by 19.2% in 2024, has shown signs of recovery, appreciating by 3.9% against the US dollar by the end of April 2025. This has been supported by stronger forex inflows, improved trade balances, and growing investor confidence. Our gross international reserves have improved further from $8.98 billion in December 2024 to $10.6 billion by April 2025. This is equivalent to almost 5 months of import cover. This reflects enhanced export earnings, particularly from gold and non-traditional exports, as well as timely disbursements from our multilateral partners. Fiscal consolidation is underway. We reduced the fiscal deficit on commitment basis from 7.5% of GDP in 2024 to 6.4% in the first half of 2025. And we're on track to meet our 2025 target end year of 3.1% through expenditure rationalization, improved domestic revenue mobilization, and strong anti-corruption measures. These figures, though early in the year, are clear signs.
Okay, we President Mahama. And so no in sama or Karano, we will say what specific monetary and fiscal policies did the John Mahama administration implement to address the factors contributing to the appreciation of the Ghana cedi against the US dollar, and how did these policies impact inflation, trade balances, and foreign direct investment (FDI) inflows, if any? Okay, we. A message obi edia banon on and on message no wapa meet me and to us na sabrede yen sweshe kakra Dr. Mahmoud Baumia former vice president ono SIF former flag bearer Edema New Patriotic Party. Thank you to onu na ode kwaka asase mu esi na no wodi common one was pa New Patriotic Party for achaw no supporters ano no mo kaso pa ma cho e no extend sa a chop pane de ma New Patriotic Party phone na se omo pa ma cho se omo tibi hwe ma party ni edi enkuku yenkwane yenkoko hwe video ni mra ye ba bedi komo e wa homa no so yo manya Dr. Amache Boache e wa homa no so dogo mo akwa ba o
Temia
Dr. Amache Boache e wa homa no so doc before ye beto aso no yenkwana yenkoko tie se na be ya ba appreciate enkoma ye ba bedi yenkwana yenkotie Dr. Mamudu Baumia I said no sisi kan fire chop power odi ama New Patriotic Party for edina yenkwana yenkoko tie mra doc.
But there are also things that we did not do. That one is true, isn't it? It's not everything that we did right. And I want to acknowledge that on my own behalf, on behalf of the party, on behalf of the government, I want to render an unqualified apology to all of you for all the things that we did not do. Unqualified apology to all of you for all the things that we did not do. Please forgive us. One can say, I believe by the grace of God, and if we get another chance, you will follow a better path that will make all of you very happy. So please forgive us.
Okay, dog, be a shop say what me ATB was say or render and qualify apology to all of you any NPP party manina na yemusa se to abawia de papa ya ye sa na ese ye no ana
Damasi akwanya mode amami na michia motiefo enyina enukra ni se djuma ankra na se nipaku yedi no mra no ya na efri entutria ya tena mu afrititi atnetini yen ne kan ya mamre ene ya mane ya na esanso eye entutria ibu ho yesua ajatum amana bewura ya mamre ne ya mane mu ya hwe oman bi so adie na edi bi aka yedie ho na me ntiasi mu no oman Ghana hasi se BBC na unipa ko oyonemu a ye wonema bi a esansi enu aka se me kodase thank you to edu mre bi nso a na kopase a chaupa ene nipa ekopa ya na chinye enihu Benifo jitum se adia asi samre o se ekopa nipa bi chew enu tino de edi kan ni se entiasia Dr. Mamu Baumia ene nipa bi e wo party num edinam no etrasem no se o mu kodase o hawo kekraka wo ho kakraka wo ho mun sachira sadini na we no so fi mu a asoma okan ogina no ananam ogina party nanam ene etusa na moy anya bia a party pani ora 17 atinta so agu Dr. Mamu Baumia num ena o se onfa enanti enkodi sa adwuma no ana eyadia ora 17 ontimi nkobi ntino wama MPP asia namu wa manone abegina na nam formally se djuma ekoso no enkoso ana eyadia ebetimi aka se Dr. Mamu Baumia wo ho kwan so obeka nsema okan ya na because amanyoko bia na the constitution na ye djuma ekonu constitution no emfa emu panino emma even a sitting president, a flag bearer or whatever, MPP party constitution. As well making a general lawyer and I was saying, we a key member of the party. On one in tears and in pension more, yeah. Our general baby can ya name ho. Me general Santias, no sooner I can say free say. Ubia, Emma Chain and no more form.
And in the constitution and Shababia say the president is the leader. A president Kofone propose here. Haruna Sekumu time, but Oman Yantum. But Yana by convention, conventionally, no Yania as and Kofaso Sana Ababekaho. But to your constitutional dog, you are right.
About a convention here, arrogation of authority. A negative practice. To the extent that Omo and Sachra, the work, said the PA, no more anyantuno. We can't have a convention. We can't. Abasa, you arrogate that power no, because in government, the sitting president dispenses resources, patronage. The party no nim gentia. In the wisdom of the framers of the party's constitution, Omujiri said, there be a 2 million one, or say one, or some crowd there. The party is not in government. So the Mahmoud authority ban out the Enama Woody Juma Woody. So that's the very first thing. That's the very first thing. 2. Thank you, to. 3, sincerity in acknowledging, say, the government on another Danko Kufado, Amma Nipa Bebre, a share of lifetime savings in the name of domestic debt exchange. Nipa Bia Fahu, and your home a parcho and a party no ye. Actually, so every single thing. Dr. Mahmoud Baumiaka, and your chopper no pa. A marketing strategy. And they can't stop themselves. They are ready to flout the party's, provisions in the party's constitution. They are ready. And they are arrogantly doing that. Even when physically, the party's national chair are withdraw from the exercise, they don't care. They are still going ahead with it.
And dog, can I say, not just say, you thank you to now, party Nankasa administratively, or must say SSO Mokono. And you can thank you to Nana.
Thank you to, I say anything. Okwakoye day. Okwakoye, thank you. And you can thank you to.
It is a common
me an apology. Omufasa dini to an amono so. They kind. They just me say, and they said, okay, Mahmoud Baumian, a dear nimu. To me, not Samba Besha party no more. As some of Ukraine say, okay, Mahmoud Baumia e kasa or can't be say. Mon sign to Abamami. Let me nip party name. And yes, so explicit, but sign oka. For example, Ojidi said, in 2028, NDC will present a first-time candidate. And in Ghanaian politics in the Fourth Republic, Sankofono Eninkunim, Dr. Bamu Bemia is campaigning. He is campaigning. And yet, thank you, Ton Oye. And no ADP or however party no more. The party is in disarray. Party no more aye basa basa. Or Elipa be airborne modding 18 team in Kata for our Mobajatum. No more Gina Sanchez from no so. Eddie, a Peja party no. The party should be concentrating on that. This tour should be a tour to engage people. Now, allow people to speak openly about one impressions and their understanding of where the party went wrong.
And I know they say a party, you set up Professor Maakye committee on Mako all over the country.
They should not be doing a thank you talk. They should not be doing a thank you talk. The main thing they should be doing is to make sure that they reorganize, they restructure, they reform, and come back.
Sending a party
for Ghana.
Dog, I must say after we say no, and no more go, almost on my program. Oh, show more a year or more a program on my idea to hold more. After we say no, and no, but now will come be say. Thank you to a new class, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and a lady. But on a flag bearer, enti ye kotono swaba, ye kotono swabano, on the beuna de cra ma or a quacho, and I'll say no or say number 2. Mebao, Doc, on our side number 2. So, or you'll be an vice president, though what I'm a moon. It war patron when ma de cra quachoa, a more patro, and no sadantia, no a flag bearer, the party no swamiatia say. What do you mean call a thank you talk without a flag bearer? Because the flag bearer no, and you didn't bet you must say, was my senior on the lady and Timon Twabam Famano. Say, I near ye near Kodasia, and you cross a more call without the flag bearer.
Sir, as Luciano, Santo Triano, Nina saw a straw. Samakra be Buegu. Ye nyaka party no pet, yaka party no penny for. The flag bearer, the former flag bearer, especially say party no sorry kujina at the Jumabia. But they should not be the people leading. So Mukoshiano mo kasa, the Obedikan Kasa should be the party's chairman. And be a party chair no a yinise onzina nemu.
And I said General Secretary.
And I said General Secretary. No clear what he say. Some Renipa Bebre, you are Muti, so Monsu Bedi party no anim. At least me aware of Honorable Canada Japan. Me aware of Honorable Dr. Duchu. At least Omu Jumabia Omudi, Kumasi Jashishi and Yadia, the Omahoki Kamu de Baho. They are also marketing themselves. Why are you giving Dr. Bawumia the lead?
But I say, party never cause thank you to according to the party for one Kasa Omanumuasem, our General Secretary, our famous Asem, what you say? Chama Mobekono, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was the one supposed to lead the thank you to because they are flag bearer. But on one Kasa, there be me Pachamebao, Dog and Pachamebao. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na Kase, Mimiano aspirants, I'm no more corporate. A flag bearership no from 11 no ya better so ban back 5 yen come ni na mom ni na yen kwa thank you to no etu omo to omo sa de from ni na ba bi anya kwan anko yehu obi nso anu omo ko including Owura Canada Japan but ye do bre bi no Owura Canada Japan etwe no ho e bi anka wodi akira sa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia akasa ono so banya akwanya akasa aye ono so ne campaign eno so
we are going back o shafia kan ho bi na Omwa bi edesi kan ewo kachi bia no so ayi no hu se owo Dr. Canada Japan camp. Thank you to imui na mo twa sekan. In the said be ya basa yo NDP. Thank you to imui Canada Japan kasa no cancer. Ehu ya say ye din kabom eyadwuma. Ade na say kwhye abronye a bufo a man sorry. Because some Adiba could pay our Muhian in Kabumu. Adiba could pay our Muhian in Kabumu. One campaign, Manoho, one Kase 2028, Makobida, and he said, listen. But Bawumia is campaigning openly for himself. Nobody challenges that. Canada Japan ko kan say yen kambo mu a adenti na sese kofa ohaw eba adenti na sese that time alanchemati complaining about to ayeto na wo mu abo ne party ni ama e di bibia bo na memoja tu no and thank you to obi di sikan awo Canada Japan ayi ohene oni akire onko fa matwofo na entwa no hu hia na onfa ni akira na. Omo pamono They sack him, and you're not a chain who free mu. They forced him to withdraw. And the baby Aminta.
Okay.
And the perfect and the crest will be the second war. Canada, Japan, who ni pebiana, army. And the crest of cancer, Yanyan Kabomono, I brought you sorry, ebe attackeno, Annie. A hono, I end up on the movie, I'm sorry, and country abroad, you say. I said, Bonnie Ben and Nipa Yika, was over Sarabaka, the okay. I don't know, man, quite man, Kasaya. I can't say opinion.
And the crack, Dr. Mamuzu Asamo, Abronya, dear, no, okay, Kaki. Unse na Dr. Mamudu Bamie Kasawa say in someone ye cadify ye won during the campaign na ye pre flag bearer position no eno na NDC for a body chere ye ema afe ye beto aba no mo body chere ya eno call for man call for ankoto aba mfama ye na abronya so owura Canada Japan ye potential flag bearer a o contest bi no no so be kan asemfi de chere owura Canada Japan no Nanka ususu say based on that nesenka party ne sanction abronya na
emretiamu ehona no omu di djuma no omo sanction no kra na ade no omu jai no ma ne kan ensem obeka nyina fi so shase no o attaque Canada Japan directly mi busa sem penifo be na wo ho samre no Woman Juma, a chess of me and penny for, including Dr. Baumia. He did not behave like a leader, like an elder at that time. He didn't. He didn't. He supported it by keeping quiet. He supported everything Abronya said. All the people there, from who leaders, they are silent. Me interpreting is a support.
Okay. Yo.
In a way, they didn't want Canada Japan to be there. The worst of it was said, yeah, one in Nipasikan. That was the last straw. Tinasa say, or withdraw, no coffee. And what I'm telling you is that Patia, in disarray. The moment Omoaja say we are reviewing our constitution, they are saying that we got everything wrong. The party structure has not helped. That is what they are saying.
Okay. Yo.
At this time, at the end, we hear party no and honorable Canada Japan the two one unity. Now, this particular issue that Dr. Baumia made reference to, in some of during the campaign, Dr. Baumia, Nanado imposed you on the party, and you. The way Nanado brought you into the party, the first time, or like you said, you were coming to help him manage the economy. And if the economy no ankoso, na party no campaign amia you obia. Obia was a legitimate right to tell the party faithful say, Dr. Baumia is not the person he has been portrayed to be, because the economic management can't be. And on my say. And when the party is looking for a leader, you should not give it to such a person. Okay. Because a legitimate thing to say.
Okay.
A legitimate thing to say.
Okay, Doc. Yeah, the anuisi now quickly. Yeah, to every woman many of you anuisi. Ye Dr. Amache Boating, minimum free tete. Yeah, we kumasi na those days, middays or Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. Na menu din koma political science lecturer. Catch ye. Say why pa na fi say baby a new patriotic party na kwa koduno as a political science lecturer why na fi so betimi a lead party na mo matimi akwaji to me 2028
me sha say me free or my Ghana and 24 aba in the Fourth Republic J. Rawlings no ma share the background especially the educational background, the capacity, intellectual capacity abamu or the year Juma. President Kufo, the background, intellectual capacity or the year Juma. You share the outcome. The Rawlings, or the legacy. It is in the area of political development. Political stability in Ghana's Fourth Republic. That's President Rawlings' legacy. In the area of economic stability, building the economy of Ghana, he got it terribly wrong. Now that Ghana go into HIPIC at the time of Ofi Akunyaso. President Kufo, because of HIPIC, Onyasika Odibesiesi or Maino, when he left office, there was nothing there. The legacy, any dear bank, NHIS, National Health Insurance Scheme. It is in the area of consumption, a premise on understanding that there is some money there to spend, and that Ghanaians have money to also contribute to that particular scheme, Scanway. And so I'll cross that out. We come back to President Mills. All these people are falling into one particular category of individuals. All the others intellectuals, all the others highly educated individuals. And then what is on the ground? Nothing. We need to try something else. Our last hope for this group of people is President Mahama. If President Mahama delivers, no one save the intellectual elite. So we are all counting on President Mahama to deliver, and I believe he's delivering. Because of this, I will suggest that the leadership type I will go in, will be our enthusiastic getting things done, a hands-on person, and not necessarily an academic elite, or a doctor, or a professor.
What's the empire? Hands what?
A hands-on.
Hands-on.
Yes, a pragmatic leader.
And Ebino why?
Canada, Japan.
Oh, I see.
Or particular category of leadership model. So far. But like I said, we are counting on President Mahama to deliver. And when he delivers, not if, then he would have saved the intellectual elite. Because President Mahama too is one of these educated elites. Or can he be? If he doesn't deliver, the leadership naturally Ghana for see through this and then vote for Obia. You bet me I can say what me to Anamo say, or practical answers, responses to the challenges now you want. Kenyans will want to go in for such a person.
Okay. Dog ya better say pa to the crack no Dr. Maakye Boateng, political science lecturer, KNUST. Or say nipo betimi adi New Patriotic Party and Mama Maakye to me at the Free National Democratic Congress aban in 2028 Kennedy ohene akompre ko Japan. Doc say no ano no.
Sabe pepe.
Yeah, that's it.
Sabe pepe. Mr. Damasi.
There's a dot. Okay. Yegusa ti fa message ni brand yen kan fa man ko for the bapa na nya asem keto akra we say Jones there Jones or the Freeman so tonto krom na dia boss Mr. Ziega NPP must forget to come again because we are tired of them. Okay, thank you very much. We all see Ziega. Please, now China and America have solved their problem. So we are waiting for the outcome. You NPP people and lies like 5 and 6. You will stay to the end of the world. Okay, thank you very much. We also say, Ziega, Dr. Maakye is too tribalistic. Oh, please. He cannot tell us whom to lead the NPP into 2028 general election. Maxwell Chilimbalem from Talensi Diaba. Nese wakao wakao dio so lady. Okay, Sabrina Mameka are you ready? Oh, then they enya some get to Accra. Okay, you still live on 92.9 megahertz. I can 19 minutes na ya boy enche abeja for the baba betnasi. Now before abeja for the betnasi, my main comfort or Batampa Prostate Center for Enfama Munchen Yepa. And then you kwa my main camp Maakye. Obia opeso Johnson. Utimi jina wa chance na Johnson naba. Obi also what do so we no do so we na wo to ozip nim na no. Na ya wo sa ade ne bia kam. Ese wo sa Johnson bi ka ho. Afi what do so we kura na bia wo kodam paso na obon se ase wa hweye wa Johnson Johnson be ka ho e wo nama mo asa sori Johnson ama wo nana tete wanu so. No Obatampa se hey you be to ase dia ma wo da oba Johnson sa wo sori Johnson sa na e disturbo na no sa no a entimu ma hours na ese otimi da no eso tete eno no betimi affect your health. Obatampa se ye be to ase dia ma menka se nso na wonom ya ansa na wokoda ni ntira nya no ntira se ya sho ketika ama rubber no ntina ma ebia otimi Johnson ya ansa rubber wontimi Johnson wo de na aye cancerous a enem be to ase dia ma Obatampa op 50 prats janshi waka so aye ready omoba betri ade kura amofa so a ye do 2 prostate ase enlargement any cancerous and as a cancer ye be to ase dia ma etienko na ekodi Obatampa ho adanse ye ba Maakye the birthday boy aba betrase open national organizer dia ma new patriotic party one Dr. Kuoko so baba betrase na yadweno man Ghana ho momyenko he Obatampa mresisi a
echia for ni akofo omaje mre echi en ehwe Kessben and pay said there ye nya nim no Obatampa Prostate Center ye djuma ni se ehwe prostate ade nko a enu na yankopon adome yama he ho ama ye ho aduro a edi tu ya de na se se de enya nim no ntisa na pemi wo ha na enu ho asam na enu nkomo na ye ba bedie nde tell say prostate ya de a ye mema nkwa na ye omo titru mema edi be se 40 years eko na anu no po ye ka prostate a ye honam akwa bi a e beta ejuso twa no ho na enu mu na dudu banya edi junso ko ye bema mu no enam yankopon ye mama because ewo ejuma bi a edie ni ejuma edie ni se oba ne bema hia sa se suspense no ba oba no ho ba bema ne bema mu ba ko oba no ho a project ni din so bi boa suspense se de be ye betumi nante ama no ho ya akọ aye na ejuma se de efata enunti mama nkwa na yankopon bo ma ye na sa honam akwa no ene honam akwa ho npadua mu a ewo ho a no atumi hono ehono abo friend enlargement na ehono a edizuzaso pi na manipa nzuzaso kwa ko wi se ebetumi ajo nkwa efunsem na nzuzaso edi kampa ne se ba mo wajo so pi anajo se positive no hono a mo wajo so pi anajo oju ekutatu aso saa bedu bebi no afese junso kan na se wa ma ho ya ha na ojunso agu ho nti se ojunso kan wa se ntampa na se otumi junso instant no a ana so se ewumu a junso kan na ko junso ojunso a be family kakra ai se de junso mpese ba no be chim kakra san junso na ba ewumu a ojunso a junso na ahonde ewo junso na chi enka se de junso na ba no na swate ne se binume ka se pressure de achi no akofom omua behena junso kan na se junso wetu kan Kessben wonti se junso kan wonso na wajunso agu hu ana so se betu ma osisi ayo ya omama sam betu akofom betu ma wajunso boja na sa nsusansu we na no didin sa bedu baby no na fe na ojunso na kawaya so one day udakro beso so ojunso na junso na kawaya se na esese edo hospital na show roba na sa ya de we ya de bia abofun se de ni hoduro a tu ase o hospital edu e homa abofu aye a de hwe no tamsulosin hydrochloride ana finasteride sa ya edu ndo menu de ni se manage junso no a ema ojunso pi no nti se uko eba ne sa ne se u pentam ko hospital sa ya de do ne ma wa enu nche se etu ya ye na se relax muscles na wo bladder no ne prostate gland no mu se de be ya oju so na oju so pi no eden asobete amna kofom to ahwe ne obeju so ya ma odua mo ho ato ho nto prostate se abubu no beka se nshenke ya uti yare na se because kase na aye nti etwa se eden ajuju ba form ansana na hu aduro de eni ho sa enu aduro ena na no nyankopon aye madoma ma mu aduro a shrink prostate na aye kese no ama sansusu so am bodi ni na no eden aka wo no nti se wonum aduro no a de ene se ajuju efensen prostate na aye kese no ama ni sini kwenda dem afi na jonso na ojonso pi ni nsusu ma bodi ni na eden ni na afiro na tese yade waden etu ase na mama ye batampa police center edem sonko because most of the time when eba makache no be did as eba obuka tumbu sam say doctor yade we nye sunsumu yade na ma hwene dime busan ma hwene ni aka chense de be sunsumu because mr zaden na obusam sa o say o started mo chinchin be wakọ bebre anu no ndo bebre so yade na eden se enko na ma chene say ampa ehun aduro eni ho simple sa na we na enkopo amam ho adom a amam aduro a me de hwe abanfo nti waba ha ho beto ampa so mam na aduro beko no na aye adansidie na enije nti de kakra metumi aka ne sesia ne se obi biala wo sa tibe se nsunso ma bobodin se wo ta tibe man se wa hospital ya scan no am so wo prostate a man ku ba bia pamachi akwan manyen onitifo enkoka se bia o ene yanum fo no aba omundo omo anu de ejiji nkofo sika niti madwe se bia saa so na metie da bi oba makachi a mamu aduro ya me adom wo beto ma positive na ekese no be twetwe amna bo woni ti oba be test o e be scan e machines wa e be scan we scan wa wo be meka result na kire o mu aduro kono mba so a e be scan wa be hu so positive iden abafom entino menye akoyusam bi na medi no krepa won ye be makachi ni nim saa no kroya meken ti sa wo saa ti bi nimu a men ko ba bia pamachi akwan de bia meka se obi wo prostate na obi wo prostate na obi chewo o chemi mechi akwan a achade kase pa obi tumi da ma wono no because enye easy saa so obi nye obi a oso wo prostate duru a dudu na kase wo prostate duru enye edoni ejeje edwedwi efense udonso ana odwedwi anu but supposed to be shinke normalize the debi ko fi bra ba manche obi ko oba onu akwa ni test baby no de aba oba mi say okay na mama na do ko ba ya onu asan ko test me ka doc sofu bi oba ya na onu ne ba ya nurse ndo on ba no omo ye scan ne ba ya oba ya na me hwe scan no so okay 148 centimeter cube inside ne kase no and I'm so okay money do call here that room wa obe oni ka doctor sofo no ho aba omani age oba am so o maka omu adu no wi no test here no aba 98 no say eba form say papa no last time oba wa entino o me tell me kase me what positive do a me kase me bo can with the conviction say no kwese me odu am de me support to what me kan mental on twama yade no endodo enkwanimu bebebe ansan waba what me kan yayi to anamona bra oba o beto me no ma ye 0553 800 678 0553 800 678 and na me wo your friend saying kaswa yenyanu kaswa yenyanu kan kwantempo so be di fifi prat last stop oba o beto na se me ka mo obi ata se post to me yade ada form yade ekuni papa eti se na de mi hunu se esanse hu adu ni enye eni ho saa ni ntino se post statu a ti se de wudini atu etio e so 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 botuo wutu mutan obekun because yade no wutu chinchin a wunya anu aduro de yanti de man de bia meka se so bi so opposite do chemi oboa e na bia meka se Africa omo yi nipa 3 e opposite aduro a meka ho bi because aduro etumi sink positive ma normalize there enye that simple since wutu me kan yese bia me de manu na kan se me check keke me kan ni bi so se wo ba ho beto unu fie bi ana papa bi una ne bi wadanfo bi unwe bi so o study tibemia fam no ma no 0553 800 678 0553 800 678 na fa no ma no se sia yewo branches yewo no agents Kumasi
okay
person de Kumasi ni West Region no ma Kumasi no ma ni 0249 another 49 61 66 0249 another 49 61 66 the Western Region phenomenon 0246 04 34 58 0246 04 34 58 obi amfa sa no nsam da mamu na obi a uti so obi was at benum a isi akwese esase yade ni yadro sa ni tinu no do na wo ho a yado no adokro omo a omuni boafo ti utime nka phenomenon mo bia unim so was at benum say the be ya beboa madasa was at benum be film because yade ndi
now is the 8 minutes to the top of the hour. Now you still live for the program Maakye on Kessben 92.9 megahertz abrede abejafo ababetena se ebedwene oban Ghana ho no matena se na nya omo nko na 7 praduasa nimdie wo mutirim onsu nimdie wo tirim tifo adwenche bra ye beken card ya masisi a number is 0550567929 0550567929 and a normal SMS and WhatsApp line is 0550596929 0550596929 Sabredi Honorable Alexander Ekuokon, former parliamentary candidate Edema Botiano English man from Edema National Democratic Congress Atnase Sansuso and Nana K the birthday boy member NPP communication team and so Atnase Abedia former Wakwaba na ene as usual Dr. Ramsey Inusa went to me and Mekan Sabibi LT and went to me in the shortest time bema enkofo atia se dog baby obiano ya chacha pa na ya feel so pa. All right mam quickly a brand no my kwanti ti se de yakana obetimi de akọ Facebook so ya beken card ya ma mam sha se fi nana ho nana ye danya ne ya Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, former vice president and former flag bearer the New Patriotic Party. Mo thank you to ya the akopie UK na all kasa no say Cedi no I appreciate no NDC government any twakabia omni ni twakabia fi say abanya aba the budget our dia aba no budget no best 3 months ni na omo ready budget which is March and omo the budget e ba omo nya significant spending bia IPPs omo tu omo ka independent power producers omuntu omoka omuntu contractor for ka and omo for policy bia ma ya kire se and dey betimi adina so ama Cedi no I appreciate you to this level and it was also person kire se the abaya twam programs a omo di gu ho no eno na ama Cedi na ho den no abasa against the dollar mama the first 10 minutes near to his FFU
siga medase mechia a friend saying my very good distance friend Anan Sembrishana Minhuno Kwaji appointment in T. Waimiama.
No.
I never knew what to mean. Honorable, watch it. Na mentia mikrum for sabi minim tedwa so asante achim South constituency for so sinkonia omodeshe konkon ti ha omonso hwemie timitia dwa so man nyina na mentia MPP osun kokroko amanyoku ma no si ahene ne eto ahene fo no nso anopai mentia kese enkoma NPP ma nyina any delegate nyina na igusu aye reforms yi medidi yese enche ebeba wiye na partners ni Jinabre. Ziga, ya started a program here say re-registration of the party membership no. Now this time around we are coming out with a different thing altogether. Enti party man enhwe mo kwan enche ye be enroll na ya shase with the registration process no. Ziga mda say nyame ya adom so na say iwie process na siga ibie kwa moto wo say party ma enfankrata no mompre positions bia Ziega said the medical board money, no, mention me kwa national organizer position, no. Mechidi yese menuana na bi wababa edu betimi ewi Samuel Kumayo mode ebredu se na na kemi ko ginam na yeje party no eba back to the root ye hwe na resolve issues bia party mano erezi ye so many times me feel say party for no answer the anti o many ahwe enti ye ba for the grassroots ye ba for the base ye ne aseye for na eba ba ye dwuma and also ye me aside no Ziega ansana Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia be kasa no na asem we say medical kan ofie ha last week me kai see shia no na me chiri mu shema akro busa honorable say policy be no mo de ato abonte ntum betime gina so akasa no na ema ye hunu de ye hunu but honorable ntimi am policy bia o kan do mo kase good for reserve nso nyamo policy gold for reserve Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia policy niema mienu ne lanchi ye Ziega so kaya gold for oil, gold for reserve, and we have about 31 tons or is it 31,000 or 31 tons of gold reserve or my yeja
31.3
ye free abem no yeja 30.5 something they mo dey abeka on grambo in one ton. And so, and this for person who claim ownership. Yeah, ba no. Yeah, be found around 8. And na mampenie Kufuado and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ni MP
8.7.
Yes.
From independence.
From independent.
ABC 2023.
ABC independent na ye kano. Your mama first, your mama demonstration can be you. E can be. Ni nyina kan bo mun from Kwame Nkrumah Breso 8.7 and here. Within a period of 8 years. NPP are buying to me move from 8.7 to 30 points. I think 30.3.
31.3.
Na mo ba no na mo de jama 0.4 0.5 be kan ho a mo claim ownership. Eno na
0.8
eno na account. Me bisa say to da mo me yenye fair to Ghanaians. Ghana for nye tibonkoso. They know what is happening. The ACA as a result of good policies Mampeni Ekufuado and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the two last 2 weeks aloteka assembly ofia so obekaya was say economic decisions no enye da obe taking dana na take effect meboa I think okay and I'm saying na de me na waka no kure baako owie no obetwa no ho beka say wo mo na eye dollar ko from the yo mo and I'm saying one kas waka making economic decision no ebe take effect sometimes after 1 year and some are reflected in the pocket of Ghanaians. Where your policy are NPP are buying the take ye. The other started here na Ghana for no career chenu. Sami Jamfi and Co. insulted Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and say, Ziega, or no gold for oil na Bawumia at the buy no. And your policy about me the pesika the campaign. 1 2 kroma. Gold for reserve. Sami Jamfi grab a kubi or kakanzo no on download your friend say. ECG app ni be da because na download the yaw pesca Bawumia butum. These were some of the things that you guys said here. And then swaba mfaso. Na mesaka na me repeat the dan me kan wa han say. Ziega, we the business community no we know there's something that we call business importation season. I hear from July and then August September. And ye massive import to meet Christmas demand no. Ye nyandru ho. Enti NDC fo betimi abom ho safo hene. Say omaye magic. And there be a mekan sisudua say me dollar ne bar to even 5 cedi. I will be very happy. Unim de ntia. Commodities bo obeyafo. I don't think say any Ghanaian no matter your political affiliation beka say na nye say yen Cedi ni benya hoden na be stable na be sustainable. What you say? I betimi agino say within the period of 1 year no Cedi no ahoden ni gina because okwama no ne ma yekototo yentu mo prices in the etianet just say $1 no and that be a kosora na mane bo ye den wa ha and then when say duty bo abafom because duty bo abafom because ye use dollar ne dey calculate duty no enti dollar ekofom automatically duty bo akofom and niema bebre na I was say automatically a conform na Ziega yehwe aboso kan fo nti omo niema so importers nti omo niema so wouldn't say your major concern is on goods but services MTN yembisa say dollar ya no mo so dey toto omo F prices. I'm just using MTN as an example for all the telcos. And then u data boy yate so. Ziega me bisa yate data boy so. Credit ayeto yate so. What are they also doing about it? Dollar boy confirm. We are expecting services ni nyina omo render services e mo mining nyina no. Also omo so tete omo charges so. Also omo tete so. And these are some of the things I may expect the trade and industry minister no. So best sitting these people down. Now I reflected in the pocket of ordinary Ghanaian, and I don't know can send me to so can I benchmark value. The man NPP say you free ho. Sa tax waivers they buy any duty waivers no. 50% on vehicle, 30% on goods no. The man NPP about say you free want to say the whole idea was Senka ye betete sa man 50%. Nama ordinary Ghanaian na benefit so okoto newspaper ebi na ye 5 cedi o se say no. Eso atia ba be 4 cedi. Na ordinary Ghanaian na benefit. But ye tete do ti so nyina achi importers anti omo niema so. Aban ne si da bi o enye importers nti enam de sa ayi idea we buy me implement politics me implement policy because me pese siga kono okoto microphone here na mo di akọ 10,000 na mo because yati do tini so ama mo half nti mo so mo nteso nyesa mo nteso nko half mo nteso kakra this microphone wo turn 10,000 na me mati do ti so ama wo cost ne so ate enti ma di okoto ba akwa use ne so teso from 10,000 bra 9,000 mano no so wonu se sabe aban na dwene wo mo ho adwadifo ya nteso you travel for more than 2 years. Hey, me kai ora lantemate so trade and industry ko krom e ko mokola kototo niema. Aw meba bo ni gina. Eno mutu aban fo saban di botai na sie ni so no. Ya ntimi achieve. Traders na benefit ye. Enti ye jim free ono muntu omo no madu tia no mutua no. Ene ma aban ne redraw ye. Enti said ye koso yi. Say ya nya ho bibi. Me de me my major concern the services rendered companies no organization no render services no and may use telcos as an example. Siga ede na omo ye electricity ayetua na mo ka kire say dollar mo the dollar na import mo niema any ade dollar number from ye to electricity mu. Siga onim die hu the CSOs no. Is it CSOs? Oil for them from the CSOs?
Oil for no.
I'm importing a private. Almost kuta.
No, I'm on your CSOs.
OMCs. Good.
OMCs.
The OMCs, no.
Oil marketing.
Yes, OMCs, no. Siga, Unim say, let me give you, Mikoshia, one oil expert. And he was giving me, just teaching me a coin omufaso, a pricing omufuo. Osenana, all the prices you see in the market here, anticipated prices. Siga because dollar no, and no na 1 cedi, and they do 2 cedi. Almost turn the 2 cedi price in the MIU. They anticipate say, or chinebet me do 4 cedi. And it's a bay homo kanti. No what double no more turn the 4 cedi and and all the prices we've been buying for no, we are buying anticipated prices.
See.
And then actual prices. So I'm telling you, say, if the OMCs in there almost say, almost that anticipated portion in the every sua, Siga fu or bet me at tia baby a gallon better on the 15 cities.
Okay.
But these people will not do it because they double the amount. Time the dollar cocoa drew 16 cities, you know. They anticipate say do 20 cedi. So anticipated price was 20 cedi. And I know the one calculation. I'm penny for what to trend.
Okay.
Dollar ne confirm so anticipated prices na ira.
Na
we are still buying at the same price.
The time na so ba ma musa you na ye fani ayi. Sese mo amo say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ne policies, the gold purchasing policies on the buy. And I must see no ahun ababeye din. Yes, and moka. And I'm more say a gold for a gold board no. A Dr. Mahmoud Baumia na yinuana. Or madane no asabe the good board. And yes, and I'm moka. Okay. So say and no na omo ye and na if you say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia gold for oil and that's the gold purchasing policy. And no na omo ye then gold board. And ama a Cedi na appreciate it to this level. Yenim se ne sa na tie dia na yenim se bia normal ko na nim no Cedi ne be depreciate be appreciate more. Na eye de na de bia mo sa kase na mo mutua IPPC ka independent power producers for ka obutua be say mutua contractor for ka more spending omonya significant spending afei ye purchasing season enti mo pesa mo kire se si edu ho no mo a Cedi ne be sign ahwa Cedi ne be sign a reverse se eba sa no anye double standard because what was say policy mo de ba na mo to aso no eye na ma Cedi ne kore ni na mo saka we anye double standard
yedi kan busa NDC for so they should tell us one single policy how mo de ato abonten a ema yehu de yehu what you say omasomo mo kan say also the more cut expenditure on what
fiscal discipline
and the hin which one omonche
we send the first part ministers are now 100 and something ministers and the president Mahama Kra promise I cut 3 ministry question and no crowd on some from a car honey idea expenditure baby eba o man panyini
almost so poor expenditure also ma cut no think am one see yes former president Rawlings statue e Burkina Faso government officials e bro 20 government officials I call Burkina Faso say omo kohwe Amiyan Veli, former President Rawlings 30, bro 20, taxpayers' money. Expenditure be no so makati. Ziga, they should tell us. Expenditure dey no makati. So you ask yourself, say, can say
Captain
Ibrahim
Thomas
Traore.
Meba Captain Thomas Sankara ni statue and a Rolling Street and
Rolling Street. Yes.
Because all the Tata Bass come who send now so come on money adi
and then for government officials a call ye a bro 20
okay
until you ask yourself to almost say fiscal discipline and the here question now be say you know one man sound
no it's okay
Debbie, you were very specific the next round no but what be that question man sound I have one in tiasi the next round the 1 minute farmer the next round to 1 minute maybe the me person me can say yedi kan busa say they should tell us one single policy on the to abontin omuntimi fa ba komai the be kind say gold for reserve and no and a gold board for the aba siga. Let me tell you the scam about this gold board thing.
Bebachi yabeba. This wadam fache be.
The same ajapa.
And you guys say that we explain.
Yes, ajapa na document ne blueprint ne da hono. And one be fa no ma say di ni keke.
Na ya tiase.
There's nothing different.
Yeah. Mr. Honorable Nanake ne kasa no or national organizer at the man new patriotic party. And I'm so kasa no. Me man more than the time no kai. Honorable yanko.
Ma me de kan hia atifu na me hia na nake na me kire ni say MPP suban ya no betre budi e organize onya ye na me kan say on the people flow e ba say atro na omodi musa no so ano no be de munia sisa so once is the campaign de me ye ma
obeye pa
the o me nyana ni say in sema ye kanu me dey bet to football bo ho
yeah
o football no every 18 mo na wo dribble na wo draw box to mo na wo dey ma mo striker na obo ehye pole no mo wana na ehye goal no wo a wo dribble ye no ana nipa na obo no a two pole no
your ball 2 pole no say o assisted
you assisted that is what Yebeka say who assisted there but to me at the ball no Emma striker no original box no na wa bo asenu eno so ye be kan say enti the American nyina dey say gold reserve or more can say eno na contribute to the national reserve, international national reserve na e wo ho I say eno na contribute to no more the 8.9 billion no more edit to ho na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama oba abemo within 4 years no or the 1.1 billion dollars aka ho akọ 10. Wow, in chemistry you will be a your friend no rate determining step. What the chemicals in your boom over here will be if you do not reach the rate determining step, no, the reaction will not take place. And see, who say you would be brave about, but obi 1.1 no, and no the magic no. That 1.1 no, and no the magic no. And he say, Kasa, you see, I believe that the governance is continuous.
Yeah.
And you cannot pick and choose.
Yeah.
Wow. Say Papa need the MPP for can say, oh, na starting, yeah. And to move for credit in my but say bon anybody must say be careful with for energy challenges are ye wo ho no. And no there almost omun ka ho. Na wo free aban how many months ni? How many years ni? If we are having public discourse on some of these things, so let's be very, plain and issues. No, so now my yanko to say, Obi, anya bibi. I don't believe in that. Okay. Now, there say say the reserves now cano is just for a period. Wow, and nothing that former president can say. The year one is 5 months period. And the American is a purchasing season, the banner, more year imports, any the we have the capacity now to support it. That is the most important thing. And June, July, July, August, September, we can import I hear baby Kessben. We've seen it before. And my young say obi wa buy mo na niama koye manai say yem bompa say niama no say because that is the kind of mentality MP before my enya. Although that is it because say who if you believe in what is happening in the country
I said it. I said it, so don't twist it.
Me to Stevie Bia Nanaki Mami Kasanwe say, something good is happening in the country. There's a say you won't say, Quine Bena ye befasu to maintain it. Quine Bena ye befasu to sustain it. Now, enko ye 9-day wonder. But the year experience, a better 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 10 years. And no any asema say yenka. It is not about who started it. But their air course no quite be na ibefaso. Wow, doctor now when no in common facts no. O can yema be but yema no o can nyina who say is politically twisted.
Dr. Nyame Befi.
Yeah, it's politically twisted. Because one thing I say nyina here who they say anytime bia abai bia betumi a hold the sikasem no yido. And my yesikano enya hoodin. And you and I can attest to the fact say since His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ebedi adi 4 months ago why tutu nisikasem ni in such a way say 92.9 FM on expenditure unnecessary expenditure be emba Kessben Maakye who say minua under His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo of our ministers over 120 ewo meimu and I ye can't want himself no ministers no more too much. It was through that no the current president or ye campaign or can't say so no bar will make sure say the ministers no omumbu 60 and now me say why 56. And see that cut no abemuno who can say my yasika no enya award because that sikana savings now one savior my no because it's a V8 back we are na minister no
na ministers here $2
beba omuka yebo wo mo hu me ka say when you are able to cut down on your expenditures no as for mine no a man will sika no enya award that is the fact and sika ye best spending war anka omo a ye be for omo after 60 no saa sika no se sia no abeye savings ayeden amo mine no enti amo mine no sika ayeden ayedin
ye tibi ka say ye ntua contractor for ka na say ye kate eno na ma dollar na appreciate ya then in the same vein you betimi aka say fiscal discipline
contractors is what mo can say ye ntua mo ka NPB this buy no ye for contractor bia ye for adwuma bia ma contractor bia o
yes mo no we are so
no I say and credit they say Ghana for hu
you want to say buy continuation
yes enti me pese me chere Ghana for say the aye cost no contractors or mogusu adwuma and let's put the records in the public domain. Say, yeah, buy, you know, we have not stopped any contractor from working. But what we are saying is, say, we need to do auditing and make sure, say, the ayedi more mono, baby, omo aye juma no ekodru, any the ekikaho, any kwanso pepe ana. And that is what we are doing. So if we are not paying, it is not because we have awarded contracts. Na ya share that say yen tria. Mo award contract no kwabo mo antria mo jai ka no amaye. Senti say abana yesi mo ntwentwen so na yen hwe krate mo say niama ti sen ansa na ya tria. Boni be na ya ye. Ne nyina can say ma abaya all dream o mai no ho no mpese obeye reckless expenditures bi. On person di nisika be kwa gugu bibi mu a na sa ade no ohun fa so ebe free mo di aba. That tells you say this is a government or ye very prudent a opese Ghana sika no obo hun ban ye enti so obi aba obo ye sika no ban ye na ma ye Cedi no aye din e wo international market no a na obeka say nipa no onye hwi na one thing so a doctor na when ne edin kobo e kan ni say oma etiefo enya the impression is say the Cedi is only appreciating against the dollar. It is never true. The Cedi is appreciating against all currencies. So enye the ekosu war America trade tariff war no na edi Samsung san ye no aba. Enye ankware da. Na 2 months ago we pay 4.6 million CFA. Me call market no ebe cost me 115,600 and something. Enra me call the same market no me bisa say oh say me here the same 4.6 CF you know ebe cost me when him say it cost me 95. 95. That tells you the appreciation na Cedi no anya as against the CFE. Eti emo bin be chireye ebe ka say it is only against the dollar. It is never true. The Cedi is really gaining strength because of the policies now. Ewo hono. Obe ka say gold board is the same as gold purchasing program no. Enye true. It is never true. This is a policy yedi aba and making sure say Ghana benefits from the gold. The sales of the gold no either to know obia to me any export or any export na ne sika no opa obetumi agya wo because emrando si on far base about 18 but omo famba and you can't track them too yet your memo and I think the senior minister Osafo Mahafo Okoye program be wo Dubai na I think say omochire ne say go to Africa na buy chromi this metric tons but no see ni record na okita no say Ghana are exporting less than what yeah catch any say yeah export no
Yeah.
and the aka no every infant e call ye that is there say gold no was smuggle anami boa
Yeah.
so say aban bi aba no can say no let's benefit from our gold no enti ye din hihye bi e ba an individual own to me and tam gold and free o man mo and cotton e wo outside
Okay.
but say wo per say won't gold na you can deal in it where to me akọ na wa ko jiji but wo jiji yue a wo dey be gold board na gold board I hear export no na gold board I say asika dey nyina be dey be sand echi abo oman no mo
Okay.
and these are the pragmatic things ya eboa na obe ka say Paul yen che one policy we any policy hey then
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable. Well, see, good morning. Watching you live inside Sankore, Mr. Ziega. We have to be fair to our politics. We should give credit to the NDC for the appreciation of the Cedis. Wishing my daughter Caroline Jessie Entry a happy birthday today. Daddy loves her. Okay, thank you very much. Referee Jessie Dankwa Herrick and the Abba Godfrey Amankwa Bodu the Diaba said Dr. Maakye Boakye is a tribalistic, hence his extreme hatred for Dr. Baumia. It is still possible, say Godfrey Atonsi S line at Diaba Eric Tano at Diaba say good morning Ziega. I'm watching you live from Germany, Duisburg. Greetings to all polling station executives of Wasa Nananko electoral area from Dr. Agama. Okay, well, Azikousu, I say good morning, please. Emmanuel Jermaine at the boss Ziega. Guy pa the man is telling you wisdom, yet you are deviating. Papa. Okay. Papa. All right. More messages about so bet me the what you are back in Kadia. May I call run two quickly near Mosso Teto. Na yenkona sesi ameno ka say Dr. Mahmoud Bamia akopacho wapa New Patriotic Party phone na chaw say abato omokokoto ye na ankoyi no and what church ye no ma bia NPP for ye aba no mo abamu a edo ko position etu apa UK for na chaw and wa stretch that apology no e dey akọ all over the country obi o ye NPP ni bia and obi a do support NPP during the electionary campaign no senka NPP betimi asatena abamu bia no wa pom ni na achaw na mama sha se fi hon mama 7 minutes near fanti we fi ube 30 yeah
Ziega me da say na
yanko straight Mr. Adama
the face say I think this is the right thing that we need to do as a political party.
Good.
Me okay say you started thank you tour. The better of video so can say from what I heard from the General Secretary's office, it was not just a thank you tour. Thank you, apology and reconciliation. But me no be there dance say from the beginning no and same can be so na kaya deviate the purpose in which thank you to but I am happy so here General Secretary first speech on my on the thank you tour at the party headquarters here lunch it was the first thing he did was to apologize to every Ghanaian every party member and let me feel say mpanimfo ni nyina be sum na akọ the same way na the calmness about party but at a point I feel you start to say apportion blames in the adena we na say you know ebema engrofo chitai for will respond to certain statements in the ade so baby abedru no I'm happy Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia I realize the need to do this kind of a very needful apology to Ghanaians and party faithful. Ziega bebrena di umbutu musika yedi yenkwa yedi yenkas yedi yahoden ene konko dense nkede pe victory. Amasa nenne leader na nkasa wodi yenim kwa akon no say afei we hunu say enema bebre ankoyi. Niema bebre yedi diagro, niema bebre yentie party for no wofom. We were telling them the truth. Now listen, when you go as vice president, they will not be able to tell you. But when we go, TV so every day, when they see us, they tell us. So there's some certain decisions are making wrong. Make kind what type of meeting go and some way be say ye ni abre see pesi win 2024 election. It's about time to take care of the party full soldiers. Or you voter NDC we need this election. Just about 100,000 votes when they become home. But yeah, side na over 6 million plus. No? This time we got to Albania just 4 million. Over 2 million plus or man to. And me, I can testify to it. Say, I was in Ashanti region. This campaign me to Bruno region. Eba ahafu. Ba ebieba batwa ne ben no. Ashanti region ame to aba. Siga wa wunim. Enti me ba Ashanti region. Me kurom Kumasi atonsu. I insan for a test ye. They were telling me straightforward, Nana, yen twabano because you too mufumanti. Ubedru mi kuro mujaso. Me kwato about ujaso. Now about 12 time, you deme to about 3 zones many abre move from houses to houses, community to community. And what they were back crowd was saying what fast pooling agent. You call primaries. Primaries will call a year or buy no kuta 20,000 Ghana cedi. Ya times can't say they are back for no fast no fast about party no. When ya capre dia ya man 20,000 san or back. And as I'm more 20,000. And this thing became something like minister penny for 18 now be dia dance here that they also face almost the same challenges. I'm so more Jessica and no makotwaba. So I am happy. Say NPP, first of all, you tackle the delegate system, no? Say, you be beam. Anti won't me MOB at TNT. Any part about from his own conscience. Sa fame, my imagine say, honorable na metuma bano, Ziega na metuma badiamano. Without any motivation. Sabeya, because party no could support base, ukoye registration book, we have about 5 million party supporters. Since you selected just about, it's not even up to 1 million, 800,000 or so. Now, almost got some penny for Emma the 5 million now. The 5 million will be angry. What am I saying, Ziega? So I am very happy. Apology is in the right direction. The way to build the party and rebuild it again is first of all by apologizing to the party faithfuls. And no muntina ya numbi. So Bekaya Ziega. Time a year primaries, no. Almost young party supporters and penny for party communicators will be through the support for a certain candidate. The entire busa me catch or say yen requires hard any beer. A do reconciliation and we will not get people to do the reconciliation. Because Ziega say now ujina Dr. Mamu me use as an example. Say now support Dr. Mamu Bamia. Now say honorable so support or honorable Kennedy Japan. Na mummy no make cancel na fe mummy no ne ba be lead reconciliation na omo party faithful no will laugh at you, but yenum e gina mfimfin say yenum de yesom party ti do party ni de be bia no yenum be di akire ni support. This is the time for us to lead the reconciliation. Okay, e ko sere no ti ni abere say yenso ye kwa kopre party national organizer position, no, near they are rebuilding MPP back to the normal status.
But Baba said Dr. Bamia one Shemuki now. Let's say at least or my normal be a more they say apart from what are some of the things that MPP
Ziega
did the Democratic position.
Ziega, on say edano me can say bichirel. Na me no me no nyina nim say Ghana for bibiri no mon support even the cathedral project. Okay. Any sick amount of money akwa akwhye ho a entimi ampija dan mpo ensi ho. Ziega atmase. Among Ghana for do na cassette e-levy implementation. Am I even the Dr. Mahmoud Bamia no then candidate kran so be kan ho asem say e-levy ni ye a friend say mumu ni ye hia for any use so we should implement the e-levy. Eventually it came to pass. Okay. Time the e-levy but na me expect say abra ye kofa towing levy. Eba ya drivers in Ghana for so original so na ya withdraw you know. I was expecting say a withdraw e-levy so. But yentie we went ahead and then yes ni tie na ni enti na aban na dwene say ye toll booths every ho ye some certain taxes be free ho e-levy ni electronic platform afei na aba yɛte wɔnom ne yusu momo yɛ ade a afei na aba ɛkwan bɛn na ebetumi afa so na benefit ɔman no so these are some of the things in tia ɛmɔm de e-levy by but ne nyinaa mu no yɛsua nyansa
honorable
yeah MPP for asem but apology you know answer na yɛbɛtumi agye atum no sɛ yɛn bisa yɛn ho sɛ apology no ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɔmo asesa ɔmo so ban no because me who know say this apology no is without repentance I had to say elections the person could be to mummy can be being check Ghana for say but the time I Ghana for a apology no who ye I had this obia oh ya so din eniama na ye catch the wo ye ne jai o se min tida min fimu wa koso aye de oya fe nsunso so na ba I was oh Ghana for me pabucho that is what omukayo enti wo ka apology ene no have you repented what is that so by niam am ye no a sebi just am ye wo man mu mo asesa afri mu me I don't see say mo asesa o me hu say mo asesa eti Dr. Boamia even on the same platform or cancer assembly you see traces of nisema at times or kana on ma enukware no that edi you see it which means say sasubana no wo mu no original platform no so baby oko kan we are oze Ghana abatro no first time I be and we need that which is a big lie. John Dramani Mahama the first time that was his first shot at the presidency he won 2012 elections. Enukra Obemu 4 months to elections. Or we need. That was his first attempt at the presidency. And he won. And you who find Yamana now because these are some of the things that Ghanaians and you see Baumia His Excellency. There is a say on you see because before proud to 2016 elections no on my Ghana for enya adwin bi e won hu say oh papa yi on name economics obetumi solve your economic problems na e wo man no enunti na Ghana for dodo no a edi nachi a omutu abadman but oba aban no mo no ni niye so far as the economy is concerned no niama oye no approve otherwise and my Ghana for a dream say oh papa you o can say me nyina ye chire no hwe de oye you understand now what some wechi oh ba I think say Onwan Kasa need to apologize to Ghanaians on his own behalf niama boshe akesia odi ma Ghana for odi Ghana for enwambo no enu na eso Onwan Kasa emfa ne huntu ho no poro on sre Ghana for no monfa ne bone eden enche no. But you can't just come and hide behind party or say because no credibility no and no na Ghana for HSCA the credibility no as was said no why you who free poto enti ebeye din so no be can be a Ghana for be taking no serious na menua sa nsem you okokan no I don't know whether you went to social media or car seminal ewie no wo hwe social media free Sunday no eba no enye easy niam nkrofo e catch red no then you ask yourself say hey Ghanaians omo refi ade o they've not forgot it enti the okano the question is say also why repenting the actions na enye dakro because apology wo kan nipa di omoni ede wechi omo hwe say wo suban no etisen eti media it was too late an apology but so Odiaba is left to Ghanaians to decide whether say omobe accepting the apology na omo accepting because baby yet you know those bad economic decisions now we taking we are still having the effect of it.
Okay honorable I say whether no mo ayenu pa na uye bibi kakra bia na hu pace no asase na etitio se bi asasa bro na wo so wa pira pen we se wie mu ye hia na upra na wapra no na ase de ekono awia no weda no ye nwunu a no bo se epra na stase ne eyi no ho na pace ne ba wakobo ball ewo ho baabi wanya fractured bone me no ka say arthritis bi to migraine utini dwa gaga enkofa ointment bi an konkoye so sa akwa enyo ointment bi na abetimi di ayeso na akokiriti problem di ama ho your ointment ni bi how dey yeso ayeso 50 minutes time beko ebi yes 30 minutes time bi so 1 hour ebi kwa dey tibi catch on say ade be che na ekọ ene technology aba ye wo yom herbal lotion aba and what the kan ya na ekọ bodily pains obi a wonam ni na ya onkoye aduma bia so wonam ni na ya joint pains okotodwe baby ya bia no yom herbal lotion what the kan ya na ekotie bi ye ene se what the kan no akotwen kakra nsa na akọ we afa na aba ebi ni baby a yom herbal lotion ope bako akwa yusu ana ape dodo atu akoton a number is 0244 730295 0244-730-295 and 030-2945-146 030-2945-146 Yom Heba ubenya biato pharmacy bia wa Ghana fana nyina any Heba shop bia no ubenya yom ni bi ato.
Pour some sugar on me, pour some sugar. Pour some sweetness on me, pour some sugar.
Afi police nedro no aseme kanche say bra na babu bi na boost immune system no wati na prevent you free yare dom ni na ho na police na dro na ye twanetia aye fa ni boost e ba mixture no se wono mu a boost immune system na ma se yare bi na tete wa astre so ache you wanu nru enkoda afi ye de dro ni kan wa na ko afi yare bi eti se syphilis gonorrhea pressure ya catch say pressure no entimi nkoda manageable a we ni betu ase e dia ma osa ye mukro ye osa bia wo so bia no e betu ase e dia ma afa stroke prevent stroke esasa stroke yare etu wa wunya binu betimi abobobi wa wanya stroke no so no odom booster ba mixture no a e betu ase e dia ma waist pains sisiare a wako a enkoda fatigue wonya adwuma bia so honam yo ya malaria any kidney problems any liver problems ebetu ne te e dia ma eti hwe booster ba mixture ne bi na bobobi ne sipi esita na okọ boko Calamet pharmacy bi wo ho na no na mubisa ebi wo ho sanso na okọ ayi pharmacy bi wo Ghana fada nyina okọ oti region wa boga tabale okashi drug lane uko Kumasi drug lane ya Dr. Mensa eno so obenya bi ato ape amaka hit patch no enso aba amaka hit patch na ba o se men kan kire o se enei se ohu baabi na atetema se bia usisi na yo ya okotodwe yo ya akobobo obi atia okotodwe na yo ya de ade a kire so ama ohu tete okon na yo ya die wuti na yo ya baabi yo ya bia no ene yentimi mfa nku ntiti anu bebrebe be se oponso no anase yentimi mfa twitwi okotodwe no na afo de bandage na bo na afa wu togu so ne ade da bi ahomka hit patch na ba eno ayese plaster ote ya na ade atar baabi yo ya no smart ya wa na ko nka ba adwuma se usisi yare no wuti bia na ade ata ho obeba no obedu fie no na atu ase na se bia managina na sa wa ya besen aba na pen ni na ko na atu ase we medical technology aba ne aba fo no bia eyusu bi ahomka hit patch na pharmacy bia wa Ghana fa na nyina ubenya biato na herbal shop bia so ubenya biato Takrade Kumasi Tamale Nkra Hasei bia no ubenya biato friend number we sisi a 0559 802297 0559802297 and 0248509003 0248509003 and 05366453334 05366453334 ahumka hit patch yes NJ kwasa brede se jolaka ene ni team na ba betena se enche omode sports no AFP sports edepa Ghana for the nani wiase na de watitwi ni brofo bia etie bia no eba twen se omode bebre yi na sabrede my mama mabadwafo no a minute Mr. Momo bia mane mroso a minute jolaka twen na ye pa mama sha se mfrafri honorable
yo the American nyara ne say Niamapa AC war on my no under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Na Ghana for enya a regime. Send a Niamano Econo de Yemubi, we believe strongly say a bebo mino, now ma or mino to me age with the 24-hour economy, I have seen the documentation. Now, I mean, him say the Ayashi no when we start the implementation, youth na almost share a jumano, a bemo mo anye jumano aye. Now, my main way is also say the registration for a Juma Rano is still ongoing. And see, or more interested, or more business ideas are or more implemented. This is something I buy be mau the here bia now what to make the assertive business in terms of knowledge, in terms of equipment, everything bia we here bia no buying the be mau na ma business no to me I feel bia ye 10,000 and 10,000 by the time I be free 4 years term no be you na ya over 40,000 and that is what we want to do for this country.
Nana
the American said mebo police IGP abaso ura tete yuhunu. Now it looks like there has been a new force of police service na yuhunu. What is Omako Akwache criminal be from Togo?
I see.
Omadinechi for many years. This guy is about 37 years. Now Oshe a lot of crime we are committing here. Omo declared wanted or Dibjane Kwatina Togo. What J Togo national ID card with a different name. They are Kwatina Togo Nanka Kranka Omo Timia Kwakocheno. But also see Nigeria, Ghana for maybe a kidnapper woman in Nigeria. You know any team Dimrika Omako Akwakocheno. So steady and saying I'm robbers near the ade no answer chiani yechi wo so yebo police service abaso ura you know yebo abaso although you say o mere ni so ade but men ko ama dwene mu dia wo time so kra mampani o extend them out because the yehu die that is what we want to see.
Dr. Inside the future no diaba Chano good minds or semen can't say a senior Casabama NPP position for 10 years. Because Ziega, Dr. Amache Boatin was saying many Ghanaians lost their savings during the DDEP by the NPP government. Now that the NDC is in government, he should advise the current government to pay back their savings to them. It is that simple. Wafa kwesi enyane dia ba okay message is na papa me say mo fan cheme
the evidence say do the message feature no ba do was say maybe I could just 10 years next and come more than 10 matter so about 10 but the good thing is that if 4 years time we are bringing the party back to power.
Yeah, Dr. Inside. Okay, thank you very much FM Nana Frimpong Ziega and I be did Nana Frimpong Ziega we appear support Richard and the kuche 70 na du gun krata sa de mamia meso so me present edemamo fifi ene dani adesi di hu akwane ba mote dare kwambe finka eja kwampe wona oba palamisi ene de yikuwa character headlines no e de ebreye afi technician on board most lie ene the anansi ene boy ura kojo preko dankwa enso ebomichidom executive producer ebomichidom mame di program ne e de ebrem nyame adomo a china yebese asia tabredi ye kwakochi sports ye kwa na de boati studio na Jolaka ene di team no e de sports na abre yedamos
Wodman come about the Shayan said, Yenis our sword, any journey agreeable. I feel when you be a Siasonimu, a bassa while you are one swatch and a pampa, no biasam, you'll be a snow. Only Pada sending I want my name where we are say, I summer to young Conato, baby, and can far home. Men submit to me, baby, and come and pay my day.